DuCoeur, Jack DuCoeur, Jack DuCoeur. Present and future, visible and invisible, for we want to know. And we want to know, did he kill all 4 people? Did he have help? What were her intentions?
Not bad.
What were his intentions?
I guess so, yeah.
What were his intentions? So we're pretty much accusing him already. What were his intentions? Did he have anything to do with it? I'm going to put that out there. And
that's what I put.
For what's hidden and hidden behind darkness, and the God and the saints will reveal the answers to our questions. Here we go.
He'll be like, clean. No, he wasn't even there.
He might be clean. He may be clean. I don't know. I just have this weird feeling, but I could be wrong. And I'm going to put it to you like this. If the devil pops up in the middle, in the first 3, the devil and the King of Swords,
I'm out.
He's the killer.
You heard that, guys?
You ready?
I'm scared.
Everybody ready?
Let's do this.
Here's the bottom card, so it's not the devil.
Damn.
when we were saying that, I was like, oh shit.
All right, here we go. So I'm not gonna pull it from. Here we go. But it could pop up on the round. So if he pops up at any time in the center, first 3 cards means the devil's here. Let's hope that's not the case. If the devil pops up at any time with the King of Swords in the first 2 we're throwing, it's on and cracking.
You're giving me anxiety.
All right, you guys ready? I'm ready. Are you guys ready?
Jenny Bear, okay, yeah.
First 2 coming out. Okay.
Oh, man.
Uh-oh. Oh, shit. It says, okay, so here's what it says. It says, wasn't alone. So she wasn't alone. It talks about, so this is Kaylee's boyfriend or ex-boyfriend. And it says she wasn't alone at the time when this happened. So in other words, he wasn't alone. He was there with her. He's saying he was there in an argument, and there was a fight and an argument, and there was no fruit in the tree from the argument.
So he was there. That's what they said.
Why were they calling him frantically? Why was she calling him?
Fuck, probably.
Or was he calling his phone to cover his tracks when he was already fucking him up?
I feel like that's what he was doing.
But they already cleared him, right?
They don't
know. They're not saying.
They don't see him as. They don't say he's a suspect.
I feel like they're not being open with anything.
I don't feel like they're being open either. So they can make mistakes.
To not let them know that they're on
them, yeah.
It says, in the past, there was no opportunities. And then it says, presently, maybe there was no opportunities to get back with her, is what he was saying. Like, she wasn't giving him a chance. Like, he wanted her back. It says, and presently, things were left incomplete. Like, so they had broken up. I'm sure he wanted to get back with her. And guys, not to be insensitive to anyone, please don't ever take this the wrong way, but facts are facts, and we need to be straight with each other, not trying to hurt nobody, offend anybody in any way. But if you looked at the girl, you looked at Kaylee, and you looked at Jack, Kaylee was a very pretty girl. And I'm not saying Jack wasn't a good-looking guy, but he wasn't like, you know what I mean? He wasn't like, oh, shit. And I'm not checking him out, but, I mean, you guys are girls, right? Did you look at him and be like, oh, he's hot?
No.
But did you look at her and be like, oh, she's pretty?
Yes.
So that, I think, is something that's probably an issue here. They are in college. It says, because then the other one says didn't care about the money. So I don't know if Jack comes from a wealthy family or we don't even know any of that.
She was out of his league, Sam said.
Yeah, she was out of his league. There's no doubt. No offense to anyone, please. So things were left incomplete, okay? And then it says, in the future, it says, not afraid to lose, not afraid to risk. Not afraid to risk what? It says, going up the ladder, it says, there was burden on his back. He wanted to return to love. So that was his burden. Like, he wanted to be back with her. It says, but there was one obstacle. Ándale, vámonos, güey. It says, and that's what's hidden. No mames. Okay, so.
Man, that was the same part on the last one, too.
I know it's the same card on the last one in the same spot. Fuck.
So maybe they on you, but they didn't want to say anything, and that's why he was mad?
What do you mean?
Like, they took him for granted? Like, he ain't gonna do shit.
Yeah, like.
Maybe.
Like, he's a weirdo. Like, damn.
Like, all the roommates knew, he probably found out, and he's like, well, fuck them. Like,
yeah, like they knew they didn't fucking tell me, so
yeah.
fuck everyone. Let me go kill him.
Okay, that's a possibility. I'm with you on that.
Like he just snapped, meaning like.
Oh, I think he snapped. I think it was a crime of passion. Here we go. It says, a woman upside down and destroyed. It says, no lovers. Like, no, you can't have any lovers. Nobody else. It says, in the house.
If I can't have you, no one else can have you.
Well, I mean, it's kind of saying she's upside down. He destroyed everything because he was like, you can't be with anybody else. You can't be with anyone else.
He was stalking her, seeing dudes bringing in dudes.
She's in college, guys. I'm not saying she's a hoe.
I know.
They did say she had a stalker, remember?
Well, who would be the stalker? The guy she slept with?
Probably.
Or was it Jack that was stalking her?
Made a fake profile.
And pretending to be someone else.
Mm-hmm. That could have been it too.
But it's saying no lovers in the house. Like, no lovers while I'm with you or while I was with you, or you can't do this. Like, I mean, I would be pretty fucked up. I'm a guy. And if you're my chick, we've been together for a long time, and suddenly you're like, well, I need a break, but you go fuck someone else,
and
I don't have a problem with it.
Stories too,
yeah. Oh, yeah, I was with her. I was fucking around with her. Like, I would be bothered. There's no doubt enough I go kill everybody. Just the guy probably. But that's just different. Just joking. No, I'm not. Here we go. So, okay.
Josephine Gomez said, if I can't have you, no one will. Type of shit.
Exactly. That's what they told me. Okay, so anyway, here we go.
Yeah.
All right. It says, not alone, he was with the girl. So he's saying not alone with the girl. So he said, and another thing, he was not alone with the girl. When Kaylee gets killed, the other girl, was she in the room with her?
They don't say.
That's another interesting thing. Maybe he was not.
They haven't said who was in what room or anything. They haven't even said like.
All right, let's go. I want to see.
No.
It says everything complete. It says broken heart. It says broken heart and evil thoughts or dark thoughts. And then it says rest assured. It says he was upside down in love, scarred in love. It says there was a fight. So it was an argument, a fight. And you would think if she just went out that night, right?
She was at the club.
You'd be upset she was at the club. You know what I mean? She's at the club.
Maybe he was stalking her.
They're at a bar. She was at a bar. They were at a bar, so he probably was in there too. Probably dancing on some guys.
He was stalking her.
So who was the guy that was walking behind them the whole time?
They already talked to him, but they didn't really. They ruled him out too.
Maybe that's why he walked in, because maybe it was Jack, and maybe that's where they were going.
No, that wasn't Jack. That was someone else.
Okay.
Know.
Yeah, we don't know. We don't know. Let's see. It says there was an argument, a fight. It says because the girl was upside down in love. It says although, he was free to do whatever he wanted. He's saying he just wanted to get back with her. Come on, dude. This sounds kind of serious now. It sounds to me like
he only had eyes for her.
He's kind of giving himself up here. It says he wanted to control her. He wanted to master her. He wanted to control her. It's saying. It says he truly loved her.
He knew.
Wait! Time out! When we read Xana, right, or Xana, she's saying, how can he say he truly loved her? And then look at what he did. And he's saying, I truly loved her. But look at what he did.
Damn.
Right? Am I wrong? Am I right? This is what's coming out. So he's saying he truly loves her. Like, he hasn't admitted, like, I sliced him up yet. But we haven't seen that card yet. So it's going to be interesting.
So is that like a confession?
Huh? No, bro. Like that's just putting two and two together. It says there's no fruit of the tree. In other words, nothing good came out of this. It talks about the girl who offered love. It said with no defense. So in other words, she had no defense, no way to defend herself. It says the past now blocked. It says and chances for family upside down. Just a lot of emotional things that are bothering me. Here are the swords. Blocked. Blocked would mean cut, stopped. Blocked. With no defense. Cut. Knives. Those are swords. In order to block her, he would have to do what?
Kill her.
He would have to kill her.
If he can't have her, no one else can.
He would have to kill her.
Damn, the swords are there, man. The swords are there.
It says now the past is gone. Whatever the past was gone. The swords are there.
91 people.
I'm just saying the swords are there. So to me, this is This is kind of he's laying out his feelings, or is he saying, now that she's dead and she had no defense, now there's no chance for me to have a family with her? But he is giving a lot of emotional, how would you put it?
It's all coincidence that there's knives, but it's just a coincidence. Let's just go. It's a coincidence.
But again, how else could he stop her? How else could he block her? She says free to do whatever he wanted, free to do whatever they wanted.
Yeah, he's showing a lot of like signs of like I'm really in love with her.
Signs of like someone who would have a crime of passion.
Type of deal, yeah.
Obsession. Couldn't live without her.
There you go. Thank you.
Couldn't live without her, kind of thing.
He knew he couldn't get better.
But that's harsh. That's harsh. She was a pretty girl. But yeah, you know what? Like, everybody knows their limit. I mean, I know somewhere in the world there's one beautiful Eskimo girl. I just never have seen her yet. But there's one out there. I'm just saying.
Why do you remember?
Here we go. Moving on.
Kind of young to be going through that, someone said.
Kind of young to be going through that. That's when in high school I went through that. I was in high school and I had relationships where people were like fucking fatal. In college I had that. After college, in my 30s is when I ended up going to prison because this chick said, if I can't have you, no one will. I don't think that's too young to be going through that. I think that happens in every stage of your life when someone becomes so infatuatedly obsessed with someone, in love with them, that they can't live without them and they lose themselves. Right? That's what I think. Here we go. It says, things that were left incomplete. It says, no more celebrations. It says, cut off her head.
Yeah.
Went to cut off, that's saying went to cut off their head. That is the Knight of Swords.
Yep. In the center.
In the center, it says triumph. And then it says karma. And then it says, but it's all brought to an end.
Damn, mind blown, dog.
This is why I wanted to read Jack. But could Jack be talking about someone else? Or is he talking about himself? Because these are his cards. His feelings are coming out, but he could be saying, now I won't get a chance. I can never be with her again because somebody cut off her head and they triumphed and she's dead. And now there's only karma to pay. But why would he be worried about karma? In the last reading, it brought up karma. They got their karma.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
She said, they're saying, the killer says, they got their karma.
Keep going.
Stressful. This is fucking stressful. All right. It says, not afraid to lose anymore. It says, no hardship. It says, no more roads to go down. No more new beginnings. It says, money and depression. Like, he must be okay financially, and depressed. But he's saying, no more new beginnings. Is he saying because he knows
she's gone
that, or eventually he's going to get caught and he knows that all he has left is money and he's just going to be fucking depressed the rest of his life? Oh yeah, the guy with Gabby Petito. What was his name? Brian what? Brian Laundrie. When we read him, he was saying a lot of the same shit. And he was saying he didn't kill her, but he killed her. And everybody thought he was cool with her too until this little thing started coming out. Okay, anyways, here we go. The only one they would have known were the friends, and that's probably why you would kill the friends, because they knew what was going on probably.
That was his mind. She got what he thought she deserved.
I mean, doesn't that what everybody says? I've had readings with women who I say, oh man, like I just had, and I'm not going to throw names out there, but I just had someone who had a heart attack that I knew that I called, they're going to have a heart attack. I called it. I said, because they're doing this, karma's going to hit them, they're going to have a heart attack. And they had it. And most people would say, well, that's what they get. That's what they deserve. All right. It says no burden on his back. It says God, in the circle of life, it says it's discontent because the sun won't shine. It says, but now there's no more problem. So in other words, I don't know if this person's twisted or he's twisted in the way he thinks. He's saying the circle of life, he's left discontent with no sun to shine, and no more burden. Like the burden was what?
Her.
That had to be his burden.
But he has to be a sick mind, dude. If you kill 4 people like that, that's a sick mind, dude.
Or is it that you snapped? All right. So it says wanting to return to love. It says not about money. It says about being a fool or made a fool of. Like returning to love, but being made a fool of. It says even by his friends.
They were clowning him.
They must have clowned. Come on. We clown each other about everything. There's nothing that any of us can say in here.
Bar.
Yeah, exactly. We're a tough group. My crew is horrible. You slip up, you're fucked. They're gonna nail you. They're gonna talk shit, and they'll make fun of you to where it feels like you're getting bullied. One time
or plenty times?
Get that straight.
One time this week.
One time this day.
My crew's super cool though. We all love each other, so it's not
No, you better say that shit until I snap.
until Michelle snaps.
I think he's reading your mind.
Oh man. So it says, and then the last card that pops up on it says, wow, it says no change. Can't change it now. So in other words, wasn't about maybe I don't know, it says wasn't about money, it was about being humiliated, made a fool of, even in front of the friends. It says where the sun didn't shine.
That's you.
Right? And maybe he was trying to be cool with them and they were blowing him off too, right? Because maybe he se pasó, or maybe he said the wrong things, and that could have made him snap as well. It said, and if he killed the dog, just because that just popped in my head, you would want to get rid of that dog because he'd probably make a lot of sound, a lot of noise. Even if that dog was far away because there was a bunch of brush and shit, he would have to walk through there, and the dog would probably bark, and that would fuck up his passage out of there, right? All right. It says no obstacles. It says the weakness, there's a weakness, or he's talking about weakness. There was a weakness in the relationship. Like there was no reason, he's saying, for them not to have been together except for her. He says that was the weakness in the relationship. It says in this world, it says she was upside down spiritually, emotionally. It says, and he had to make a decision to do good or to do bad.
Fuck, man.
I mean, that pops up. I had to make a decision, good or bad.
The devil card hasn't popped up?
The devil card's here.
The last one.
Whatever it's gonna pop up on the end is gonna be some scary shit. And we don't know what that's gonna be yet. So yeah, that's kind of crazy. It says just he's giving a lot of, like, no one's gonna admit I killed her. If he does, that'd be great. I mean, not great, but I mean, it'd be, help us out here. But no one's gonna admit that. Because even when the girl was talking about, being defensive, or she's not saying like how would she know? When you're left to die, how do you know if you're dead or alive? I mean, you don't really know until you're gone. And even when you're gone,
I'm worried about surviving.
Right. Exactly. All right. A lot of questions, man. My head is spinning. All right, here we go. It says, which is interesting. It's saying things that are hidden. It says things that we're trying to literally be hidden. Things that are being hidden. It says, and slowly, it says no decision to make. It says left hanging. Death. Do you guys not get, hello? Is nobody paying attention? He says magically, things were left to happen. Like things just kind of were there. It says, and slowly, there was no more decision that was left to be made. He left them hanging. They're dead.
So he fucking did it, man.
It's in the middle of the cards. I don't know what I'm not going to say he did it. I'm just saying that's what he's saying in his cards. And the cards right side up in the center with death.
Caso cerrado.
I don't know about Caso Cerrado.
Look, so far, all fingers are pointing to Jack.
No. I mean, maybe not. Maybe that's what I want him to point to. I don't know. But what I'm saying is, he's talking. Why would he talk like this? Magically and slowly, there was no more decision to be made. Why slowly?
Did it slowly die?
No. Because he had to have premeditated it to make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
Slowly, the plan came to life, and there was no more decision to be made. It was time. It was time to leave them hanging and to kill them.
He visited. He left
a window open because he knew if he left the door open, they were gonna close it.
And right, and it had to have been
check the
it had to have been cold there. And remember, over here it talks about things that he left incomplete. And here's the girl he wanted to offer love to. But it talks about things left incomplete. So he would have you have to have an escape route. To kill 4 people, you had to have thought about it. There's no way you're gonna bumble through killing 4 people without everybody finding out. I'm just saying. All right? I could be wrong. Maybe he had help. But again, the 2 roommates that were alive, we're going to have to throw their cards. Did they know? Did he tell them? They said, just don't, we won't say anything till noon. Like, just go. Like, do whatever you got to do. Hurry. I'm not saying that's happened, but come on. Because obviously if they weren't going out with those group of people, maybe they didn't like each other. I'm just saying, okay.
Reading the comments, everybody's going off.
Everybody's going off what they're saying.
They're blaming him.
He did it. Stand out with detail.
Well, I'm not going to say he did it because I got to read everybody's cards. But so far, this reading is matching Xana's reading.
Yeah, it is.
I'm just saying. And then it says, a woman who was upside down, right? And then it says, destruction, no lovers. Like, no lovers. Can't have another lover. Cannot have another lover. I don't think he's talking about himself. He's talking about the girl that he's upside down with, that's upside down with him. Destroy her if she has another lover. Destroy her for having another lover.
Damn.
That's what he's saying. It says he wanted to reconcile. He keeps talking about it. It says there he is, and he's got the same fucking hair. It says, and there she is. And it says, wanted to return like a knight in shining armor. And there's me upside down. That's really weird. Here comes the last card. So it's saying, wanted to reconcile with her, thought everything would be great. Like he's talking about everything should have just been perfect. I was going to be her knight in shining armor. I was going to save her. From what?
Finally, true love.
Save her from getting some other dick? I mean, what is he saving her from?
She don't want to be saved.
Kick back, fucking Kanye. So fucking...
J. Cole.
Oh, J. Cole. I don't want to be sick. Come on, man. Here we go. All right, so...
I don't.
Fucking Michelle. It says, in the home.
Of course.
Was he in his home, or are you talking about in their home?
In their home.
It says, not healthy. Not in the right state of mind. Not healthy. Why would he be saying maybe he's not healthy now? Maybe he's not okay now.
Maybe he's
Someone
mentally
said they
not
have
okay.
mental health on your comments. They have mental health issues.
Because isn't that the
Oh, I thought they were saying I have mental health issues.
Hard.
That's a given. All right, here we go. There we go.
That's normal.
That's normal. We're all used to that. All right. It says, and then it talks not normal, but wanting to be happy, wanting to be normal. It says, but things were just too delayed. They were just not happening the way he wanted them to. It says, with a girl, so I don't know if she's younger than him or the same age, or what are they, the same age? It says, with the girl, it said, there's another knife. And no triumph. I can't fucking, you can't fucking make this shit up.
You are juggling those knives, dude.
You can't make this shit up. Still, the King of Swords hasn't come out.
Nah.
Here we go.
Daddy.
It says, it's true what's being said. He became very impatient. It says, and when things didn't work, it says they were brought to their knees. What?
They're telling you right there.
It says money. I don't know what the money's about. Like, I got money, so I'm good. Like, you tell me I got money. I don't know. That says, okay, King of Swords upside down. A man upside down. A killer upside down. A man with a sword upside down. And then it says, and a girl with another sword.
Who is that girl with the sword? That came out in the other one.
I don't know. She popped up
Maybe
twice
it
like
was
that.
two people?
Maybe it could have been him and the roommates. Or
Yeah.
maybe one of the roommates that knew.
And they were in on it, and that's where she cleaned her the.
But where would she would have to have blood all over her too.
But nobody.
But they didn't
knew
clean. They didn't
until
clean.
later.
They didn't clean anything.
You don't know that.
I don't know. Yeah, it says not a lot of love there. No, this is between them and two. This is in their angry state. So she was mad and he was mad, but she was madder, and I guess he was because she probably told him to fuck off. It says, no more temptations.
No, pues ya los mató. ¿Ya qué?
I don't know what you guys got out of that.
No mames.
But if you didn't get what I got out of it, I don't know what the fuck to say. Because
Didn't you say like the devil card's in the middle of that?
the devil card's in the middle. It's evil. But no more. There's no more evil. It's done. It's complete.
Because he killed him.
There are no more temptations. That he did what he wanted.
But what was this other? Was that his temptation to finally kill him? I mean,
If
that is
no
a
one
temptation.
could have.
Look,
If I can have it, no one.
I believe, guys, that there's a moment in your life, in everyone's life, when you're faced with a decision that will change the rest of your life. And you're literally sitting there. I've been there where I've been there where I almost did something that probably would have took someone's life. I was a guy. And at that moment I thought, do I do this? And my life changes forever. I'm either in prison for the rest of my life or I'm dead. Or do I not? And that voice is telling me like, fucking do it or you're a pussy. And I'm thinking like, seriously, because that's the devil. He's like sitting there going, come on, I got you. You go in like this, I got you forever. And the rest of me was like, nah. And I let the guy take the gun from me. And he could have killed me, but he didn't. But the guy took the gun from me. I just couldn't do it. So, for the devil to be in here as evil, in the center of the cards, was he, at that moment, consumed by that? Evil will consume you in a fit of anger, especially when it comes to a crime of passion. So, I mean, I don't know what you guys want to take from this. I need to read everybody. I need to see where everybody's going to point, especially the people who have passed. Where I go from here would either be Kaylee, and then the other.
It has to be the roommates. We gotta go with the roommates, man. One of the roommates.
What if the roommates don't know anything?
They have to do. Come on,
They
man.
have to.
He didn't go after them. That's fucking bullshit.
They didn't call till 12 the next day.
Well, I mean, when you're in college, you kind of sleep in after partying, though, right?
I could get that part. I could get that.
And
one.
if you're not, if you live on the first floor, you're not going up to their floor.
Maybe they were partying.
But if you see nobody's out, you're not gonna like.
But they were there before everybody was there, dude.
They end up finding out later that this guy was a mastermind and he did it. We'll be famous after this because there's nothing in here that doesn't tell me that he didn't have the right motive to do it.
He had other motive.
They're saying I'm hooked now.
I'm hooked too. What the fuck?
You know he solved your case.
I mean, come on. There's nothing in there that doesn't indicate a crime of.
Same story.
Detective D.
And again, who else would be that angry to commit that type of crime of passion unless it was a serial killer? But a serial killer kills like in a certain way. A serial killer has, like you said, an MO. They slice them a certain way or cut them a certain way or cut off a certain body part.
Yeah.
They do something like that. That's why I don't. This is a crime of passion. Because it's, like I said, I would have cut their
You have a
necks.
podcast.
We just want to do this because this is, I want to solve this. Tony wants to solve this. But I have to kind of read everyone to see who's lying and who's telling the truth. What bothered me is when it came up and it said, it's true what I'm saying. So if it's saying it's true what I'm saying, how many times have we been wrong? Look, guys, I don't fuck around when I do readings. And the whole way, my heart was bouncing.
Oh yeah, everybody's heart was.
I mean, I feel like as I was reading him, I'm reading the way his body and his mind must be racing. If I just killed 4 people, I'm not going to be okay. Will any of you be okay? I mean, really, do you think you could just be normal? Or would you be worried that any second they're coming to get you?
But then again,
And he says it's all over now.
after killing 4, mindset changes too.
I give you that. I mean, I don't know, maybe, but then again, if it's a crime of passion, it doesn't, because crime of passions are in and out. If it's,
Like, once he snaps out of there.
yeah, once he's down, you're like, I fucked up. Now I gotta fucking hide, or he would have came clean. But I don't know.
Like Brian Laundrie.
Brian Landry knew he was fucked. He knew he was the murderer, and so when we read his cards, we said, yeah, he's gonna take his life, and they're gonna find him out in the fucking whatever, and they found him.
Take his life?
You know, it doesn't say.
It's a matter of time now.
Well, I don't know.
He's depressed.
Because
That's a good question.
That's
That's a good question. Will he take his life? Because death does pop up in the middle of his cards.
And you did say something about depressed.
But the way this death popped up was him saying there was no other choice. I left them hanging. Death.
Yeah.
I left them hanging. I mean, what? Or did I leave them hanging?
Well,
or does he feel because he left them hanging?
Answer.
Yeah, because he didn't answer. It might be because he wasn't there. So he has the motive Did he cut him?
Fuck, it doesn't say that he did it.
It doesn't say.
I get where you're getting. I get where you're going.
You get what I'm saying? Because he has the motive, but is he saying in the cards? He's saying,
His emotions.
"I left them hanging and they died," or did I hang them to die?
Damn, they're all
I just
going.
got chills.
Yeah, because honestly, if they were calling him, if they're calling him and he didn't answer, then he left them to die.
Yeah,
He left them
he left
hanging.
them hanging.
Or, but there's so many other things pointing because the swords pop up. I needed to stop her. What other way to stop her? You can't stop someone against their will except unless you what?
Kill them.
You kill them. So there's still a little vagueness. We need to see Kaylee's Goncalves cards. I'm telling you. Because if she got to see him stab her, she may be the one that says, I should have told my parents. I should have done this. Who knows what's going to come out? I'm just saying. I mean,
Stay tuned.